Let's talk about the 10 highest paying jobs without a college degree. I'm the owner of a tax practice and I see where the money's at. I've also seen Holly's list as well, and I approve of the ones that she will mention. I'm going to give 5 and Holly's going to give 5. I'll kickstart it with just saying, I know that this one applies mostly to the people with a military background. However, my first one is private military contractors. Private military contractors make about $550 a day to $700 a day. Holly, do you know what private military contractors are?
I do not.
They are the people that they just throw them into the combat zones and they're used for defensive purposes.
Wow.
You're hired by a private military company to help in combat zones, and you're hired as an independent contractor. Now, I take care of many of these contractors personally. They're asking me, Brian, help me with my contracting gig. The reason I'm laughing is they're pretty much mercenaries, but you do not want to call them mercenaries because mercenaries are the soldiers that fight for foreign armies. However, these people are consultants for the United States, but I'm helping them make S corporations, and I make sure not to screw up their tax returns. Otherwise, these people can get really
important job.
It's very important. You do not want to mess up the tax returns of these people. Okay, so that's my first one.
I love it. I love it. Okay, my first one is a graphic designer. Graphic designers, it's not unusual that they make over $100,000 a year. And what I love about this is you can really teach yourself this skill set. So if you have Adobe Suite like Photoshop or Illustrator, download that. And right now, actually during the lockdown, a lot of applications and programming has a huge price cut. So they're really catering to that, getting creative and trying to market yourself in ways through the internet. And Fever is actually a great website to post some of your graphic designs. If you're able to network yourself, and especially cross platforms on social media, get your designs out there, really network, this can be a really lucrative job for you. Depending on your skill set, average graphic designers make between $50 to $75 an hour.
How are your graphic design skills?
They are par. They are.
It's better than mine. If you've noticed, I don't even put thumbnails on my videos.
I like it. I love to spend more time on it, and actually having that, the Adobe Suite, I do have that right now, so I have no excuse. So I need to.
You have it, but you don't use it. I gotta brush up on my Photoshop skills.
So much stuff like that always. You never use it.
All right, my second one is brokers. They're also known as real estate agents. I personally work with so many brokers or real estate agents, and what I can tell you is that they make good money. How much you make, it's gonna vary widely with how long you've been doing it for. I mean, I have a lot of brokers making $200,000 to $400,000, but this is in Chicago, so that's actually not uncommon to see them making that kind of money. It's the ones that are usually, they have been in business for longer, and they're the ones that are the listing agents, because it's easier for them to make more money because they're just listing the homes and acting as a listing agent rather than the buying agents where they're taking the buyer from house to house trying to find a good house for the purchaser. But in a major urban area such as New York, or anywhere in California, big cities in California or Chicago, you would be surprised at how much real estate agents make.
I always considered that.
Why don't you do it?
Oh, I don't know, Brian. I'm scared to take chances. My second idea is a social media influencer. Okay, hear me out. There's a big misconception with this. You don't have to have thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. You don't need that, especially right now. What's really in is micro influencers. So just having a couple hundred followers, that's a lot of the time they found that that's actually really good, genuine following. So they're gonna take what you're promoting and really think about that, may actually use that product more than if you're, promoting to thousands of people. So that's actually really cool. Ultimately, how much you make depends on what you're promoting, the contract you have. There's people like Khloe Kardashian who makes $13,000 per tweet. Or Ryan, how do you say his last name? Kaji, YouTuber.
Ah, jeez.
Ryan, if you're seeing this, I'm sorry. he made 26 million last year. So, I mean, there's all of these ways. What's really important, though, is that you put content and you utilize different platforms. So if you have an Instagram, also use your Twitter and your YouTube. Use your Bigo. Love Bigo. And yeah, so in social media influencers, it ranges. You can make 30,000 to over 100,000 per year, just depending on that following, what kind of contract and compensation agreement. You'll probably get some free products out of it. So definitely something, if you love to post products, to get started. Actually, a good idea is start with a product you really like, you're passionate about, a hair product, fashion, whatever it may be. Make videos, tag that brand, send it to that brand, have that brand reach back out to you, and start setting up that, maybe it's micro-influencing, macro-influencing. That is a great product to start out with. And then you kind of blossom from there.
That is some great advice, because Holly is on every social media platform that you could possibly think of, including Bigo and
Bigo.
Everything.
I have a lot of time on my hands right now.
All right, moving on. I'm going to say dog walker. I personally have a few dog walker clients. They're self-employed, and they're typically making around $60,000 to $70,000 a year. Some of them have left corporate jobs in order to do this, and that's not a bad gig for making $60,000 to $70,000. And they are just saying that they're doing this because they love it. They love spending time with dogs, and it's just a stress-free life. One thing I do want to mention is that obviously this makes more sense if you're living in an urban area, as the market for dog walking would not be as great in certain locations.
So do you know if that's a full-time job, or can you dog walk and have a part-time job? Balance a few things.
I have some clients that are doing dog walking part-time, and they're doing like Uber part-time.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a mixture. But no, I do have clients that are doing dog walking on a full-time basis, and all of them say that they love it.
Oh, I bet. Hang out with cute puppy dogs all day.
Exactly.
My third item is a bartender. So bartenders make bank, especially in high density cities like California, or cities in California, New York, Miami, here in Chicago. If you're a bartender at an upscale restaurant, lounge, bar, you can make around $80,000 to $100,000 or more each year. It's a great career. You get to learn how to make some amazing drinks besides your Manhattan old fashioned. Many of these bartenders that make this much money go to bartending school, where they learn how to make these fancy drinks, learn all about serving non-underage people, not serving intoxicated people. So, have you ever considered bartending, Brian?
No, how do you even say that? Mixology?
Mixology.
No, my mixology is awful. Like, I wouldn't be able to make any drinks. I'd get fired. Right? I wouldn't get any tips.
Everyone, put your favorite bartending schools in where Brian can take. And
how are your mixology skills? Do you know how to make like all the standard drinks?
I mean, that's another thing. I have the ingredients, could learn. But it's not there. I like to stick with my wines.
It's not for me. Yeah, wines,
my Chardonnay.
That's easier to serve.
It's very.
All right, moving on. My next one is being a reseller on eBay or Amazon. Of course, there's other platforms. However, with my clients, I see that this is more profitable, or it's a bigger market, I should say. We have a lot of clients that are making more than $1 million just selling very ordinary stuff on eBay or Amazon. The products that they're selling, there's nothing special about it. These are household goods such as clothing, it's shoes, or it could be just anything ordinary and just things that you wouldn't believe that there's a huge market for, where you can make a big profit. I would say that the trick is to find a good source for your inventory. So it's basically about finding the right suppliers.
Mm-hmm. So you could say going to like thrift store, garage sale, or maybe just finding...
Yeah, but that's on a smaller scale. The thing is that, you don't really have the economies of scale. It's, you can only be at so many places at once to do that thing where you're hunting for individual items. But then if you find a source where you can buy things just on a massive scale, and just flip that inventory very quickly, and you can do so profitably, then you can make a lot of money.
Oh, I love that. I never thought about that on kind of a larger scale, but makes sense.
There's a lot of ways we can make money.
I like it. I learn more and more each day. My number 4 is insurance producer or salesperson. So I actually got my property and casualty insurance license when I was getting my bachelor's degree at Mizzou during college. Show off. Hey. I was insured to sell home, auto insurance. You can also get your license to sell health insurance. That's really popular. So basically what you do is you study for it just like you would any other exam, several hours, and then you take this exam that you have to pass. Get 70% or higher, and then you are certified for 2 years. And then in those 2 years, you're gonna do continuing education courses. So it actually, people make a median of $50,000 a year doing it, and it's a lot of sales, obviously. So you're on the phone having client retention, suggesting, umbrella insurance, different types of things. So I liked it. It was a great part-time job for me in college while I did my studies, and I just show off a little bit, like, oh, you guys.
You said you gotta get a
you
70
need insurance,
to pass.
Renters insurance.
What did you score?
I actually got a 93.
Ooh. Look at that.
I'm a terrible test taker too, so you
That's
guys.
just amazing. Oh, that's amazing.
I feel like I had some educated guesses, but my insurance is now expired, so no worries. My license is.
All right, moving on to personal trainers. So this is my last one. We have quite a few personal trainers. You know what the crazy thing is, that the personal trainers that we work with, our personal trainer clients, they're like out of shape.
The irony of it.
I don't get it. I guess as long as the clients are, getting good results, I guess that's the spin.
Yeah.
But these personal trainers, they're making about $40,000 to $80,000 a year. That's pretty typical from what we see on our end.
It's so hot being not hot, but like that's such a hot job to have. Being a physical trainer, it's so popular. Once I feel like the whole fitness trend got started a few years back, it's just taken off. And then at like gym memberships too, you have that like free personal training, and then that's how they get you. But then they're like, keep coming back, more results.
Oh, absolutely. I think people these days are being more mindful about their health and well-being.
Yeah. All right, my last one is to be a quote-unquote geek squad or a technology specialist. And this is awesome because a lot of people I know who were in high school, part of this technology wave that was developing, taught themselves all of these little knickknacks and just kind of like tricks about technology that they helped their parents with, their family friends with. And this is actually, you can actually monetize this. So a good one is installing Wi-Fi at retirement homes, or teach coding, or set up outdoor surround systems. Really, you don't need a degree in IT to do this. You just have to have that technology knowledge and experience. For example, web developer, the median for that job is a little over $69,000. You monitor web traffic, clicks, comments, maintain the website, and then you're in charge of, kind of like a graphic designer, of making sure the website design looks beautiful and people want to visit that website.
Technology and me, we don't get along.
Oh, I know. Same. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Stay
Thanks so
safe.
much.
Bye.